Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of After the Hunt. Every week you guys see me go through 1,000 singles and you see me take out 30 or so notes from that group of 1,000. But then what do I do with them? Well, after each week, I take those notes and I set them in a box. And when my box gets full, that's when I do an After the Hunt video and do my final sort. That's when I decide what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to get rid of, and where I'm going to put it. My collection can get a little bit overwhelming at times, so it's always good to go through your stuff every once in a while and see what's really worth keeping, especially when you find as much stuff as I do. So let's get started taking a look at some of the stuff I found. Now, if the stuff made it into a plastic holder, that's in another box. That's all set aside. You guys have already seen that stuff. But we're going to go through all of the other stuff. Now, my box contained a total of 656 notes. I'm not going through 656 notes, don't worry. They'll all be here, but we're not going to go through them one by one. So let's take a look at what I found. Starting off, I found two high numbers, 9599, and what was the next one? 9599 as well. They only go up to 960000. So when you find 9599, that's a hint that you're as high as you're going to get. So I found two of those. So I'll set those over there. I found numerous notes that either have some type of artwork or some kind of writing or some kind of ink smudge. I found a total of 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Corporations are not people. That is true. Corporations are not people. Let's see. What else do we got here? 8-digit ladder mixed. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just in a mixed pattern. I've got, what did I find? I found 2 of those. That's not true. I noticed 2 of those. There probably would have been a lot more of them, but it's just a number designation that I don't see. Even this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you look, you can see the 6, 8, 5, 7. So if that was in order, that'd be worth a lot of money. But it's not. So is it worth anything? Not really, but I found them, so I pulled them. And let's see, I should probably keep these in some type of order so that I know where to put them. All right, the next group I found, I called them false errors, and these I'll definitely be saving. And this is what I mean by false error. The top portion of this note is so damaged that it's pulling away from the bottom and the paper is actually separated. Some people will call this a lamination error. If I wanted to, I could very carefully wet this and pull this entire note apart, and then I'd have one note with no back and one note with no front. That's not an error. That's just circulation damage. And these here are not insufficient ink. These are just circulation damage. Even though that seal, these are bright seals, and the rest of the note isn't, that's circulation damage. This note sat in a puddle. The best way to tell is look at the condition of the note. If you have a note that's trashed like this, even if it was an error, you can't prove it. So at this point, it's worthless. But if you get a crisp, uncirculated note that looks like this, well, that might be a printing error. This, circulation damage. This, circulation damage. So those are all false errors. There's 4 of those. Let's see, found some alternators. This one has 4 as the alternator. 2 is the alternator here, 7 is the alternator here, 0 here, 7, and 4s again. So yeah, 1s on this one. These were all the alternators that I managed to find. I don't spot alternators very quickly either. Alternators are just like quads. They're just the quads in a different place on the bill. So with those, I had 8 of those. I do have a spot that I put those just in case, but I don't devote a whole lot of time to them. Then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. You're going to notice that if you look at these notes, they're a little bit off in color. And if you look real close, you can see through them. You can see the word 1 in the background coming through here. That's not the light shining through. And it's not an error. All of these, you can see that coming through. These are stripper notes. Yeah, these are all soaked in baby oil. Not errors, just stripper notes. So a total of 6 of those. What else do I got here? Birthday notes. Found 13 birthday notes. You can see August 2nd, 1968 on this one. I'm actually going to take all my birthday notes eventually and list them on eBay. I'll list the ones that are proper for $20 a piece plus shipping, and the ones that are improper probably for $10 a piece. That way, if you actually have a birthday, a birthday that matches any of these notes, it would be your way, of course, to get that into your hands. So that was the birthday notes. Then I found 15 Where's George notes. Some of these are pretty interesting, too. I've never seen this one before. This one I've seen quite a few times. This one I've seen. This is a newer one. Someone just wrote, Where's George? That's all it takes. So I have to log all these in. And then I will put these in circulation so that other people can find them and log them. But yeah, a total of 15 Where's George notes. You can see there's quite a few similar ones. Some of them are more extravagant than others. I mean, that's just cool. So those were the Where's George notes that I found. All right. Then I have my stack of older notes. Oh, these were all older notes. Now, these notes are from 63 all the way up to, I think the newest note back here, let's see, where is it? The newest note was, I want to say 2009. There was one that I found that was really nice. I think there's one 2009, one 2006, and then everything else is 2003 and older. And I did manage to find a couple notes that I needed. This one here, I did not have a 1963A from Atlanta, so that's going to be a hole filler. I ended up finding a total of 5 bills from the 60s, 4 from the 70s. You hear me say it a lot. You can find the 1963 bar notes, 1963B Joseph W. bar notes. You can find those in circulation. But when it comes to trying to find notes from the 70s, nobody saved those. So I've got 5 notes from the 60s. I only found 4 from the 70s. The 80s, I've got 15. The 90s, I have 77. The 2000s, I have 134. So no, I'm not going to show you all those. But let's see if I remember right. I did go through, and these were my upgrades. This was the note that was in there. This one is a 69B. Found a much nicer 69B from Chicago. What else do I got here? 69D from Dallas. Found a much better one of those, so that's an upgrade. And then I found an upgrade for my 88A from New York. That would be that one there. And I also upgraded the 88A from Chicago with that one there. So I did manage to upgrade a couple notes and have one hole filler. But the rest of these, I'll take the best ones and I'll keep them. And the rest of these are going to go back into circulation. The older stuff from the 80s on back, I saved just about all of them. From the 90s and further, generally, if they're in rough shape, they're going to go back because there's no value in them. They're too new to be worth anything in bad shape, so I will send them on their way. All right. What else? Next up, I have my trinaries. I found 106 trinaries. No, these are not worth anything. I just try to match serial numbers. And I did take my trinaries, and I did go through my box. Some of you really like to see my box of trinaries. I don't know if I can even get it all in the picture here, but there, if I squish them together as much as I can, there's, well over 1,000 trinaries in there. And now that I squished them, they're all going to fall forward, so I got to try to move them back again. Yeah, here, I'll just grab random stuff from the middle. Let's see, trinary 33300707. So yeah, they're all trinaries that are in there. And like I said, with the trinaries that I found, I went through to see if there were any pairs. There weren't, so now I will go through these a second time to find which ones have writing on it, which ones are torn, which ones are in bad shape, and I'll put those back into circulation. Then I'll reincorporate my whatever I've got left into my box. I keep all these in order so that it's much easier for me to try to figure out if I've got a pair. And by doing that, yeah, it's time consuming at first, but now it's just so much easier to plug them in wherever they go. And it's so much easier to find pairs. So that is the trinaries. And After trinaries, we have quads. Same story on the quads. I went through my box of quads and I was not able to pair any of them. I do my quads kind of unusual. Well, let's see. I've got 113 quads, so I actually found more quads than trinaries, which is unusual. Usually you find more trinaries than quads. But yeah, I'm at 106 on the trinaries and 113 on quads. With my quads, I got a different box, same result. Different box here, still all quads. With my quads, it's neat because I've got this whole section here of half a strap that are all quads, because they start with the same quad, so they're all in order that way. Or they don't start with, but they got it in the middle there. 72333380, and it's the bulk of that whole strap there. So that's a cool little section of quads there. I went through my quads, did not have any pairs, but when I number my quads, I do it a little interesting way, I guess. What I do is, first I break all the quads down by what number is quadded up. So starting with zeros, ones, then twos. Then I take all the zeros, let's see if that'll, I've only got a couple of them. I put them in this particular order, and maybe you can appreciate this. I start off with the number itself, so here's ones, and then anything that's got 4 ones, I put in order this way. And then the next note, it's got 4 ones, so you can see this is 6-1, and this one is 6-4. And then this one is 8-7. And then I do it based on where the ones go. So when it starts with a different number, and then there's 4 ones, those are next, and then so on down the line. So that way all of my quads are broken up by the number that's quadded up, and they're then put in numerical order based on the positioning of the quads. Is it a lot of extra work? Maybe, but to me it just feels like that's the way it should be. I know a lot of people will just take their quads and put them in numerical order regardless of what number is quadded up. To me, I like to break it down by the quad itself. Am I weird for doing that? Maybe. All right, so that's quads. Oh, and I shouldn't forget this. I did manage to find, here they are, 5 notes that were 6 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that what I got? 6. 6 notes that had 6 of a kind, or 6 in a row, I should say. So those I'll put in a separate area as well. In fact, that's the little portion behind my box of quads. You can see I've got all the quads, and then right here, those are all the ones that actually have 5 in a row. So there's quite a few of those in there too. Okay, so now I'm going to clear all this stuff out, and we are going to tackle the important part, the stars. There are 141 stars here, and what I did was I put them in order by year, okay? Then each year I put in order by Federal Reserve, and then I put each of them in order numerically by Federal Reserve and by year. So my newest note is a 2021 B star note, and my oldest note, if I look at the bottom, I sorted some of these out. Okay, let's see. So 2009 star, yeah, 2001 star. That's the oldest note I got there. So now what I have to do here is we have to go onto mycurrencycollection.com and figure out if any of these are rare. Now, if I was to type in this number at mycurrencycollection.com, it's going to take me a minute or two. And I've got 141 notes. I am not typing in 141 serial numbers. So I'm going to show you where the chart is on there, and we're going to take it from there. All right, I pulled up mycurrencycollection.com, and I went to production tables. Now, if you're looking up individual notes, you can type in what you're looking for. You can type in 1, 2, 3, whatever. You can type in the year. You can click on any of these denominations, and it'll tell you how many $10 notes from 2017 had stars. Or you can simply go to all, and I'm going to click on the number 1 for $1, and there it is. There's the entire production run for all $1 stars going back as far as they go. As far as they go, meaning as far as mycurrencycollection.com goes. And I want to say it's just into the, 80s? 81? Yeah, 1981 is as far back as they go. So if you find a star note from 1981 and newer, it's going to be listed in here, and you're going to be able to figure out if it's rare. Now you're going to notice as I'm scrolling through all those colors, any color other than white is rare. So that makes it very easy to determine if you have a rare note or not. So let's start off with, and this is exactly why I don't type in numbers, because here's 141. And we should knock these out in about 10 minutes. All right, starting 2021, we're looking for A. We don't have any A's. We're starting with B, which puts us at anything under 005 or anything from 06 and up. So under 005, right there, the very first note, that's 1 of 500,000. And then we're looking for 06 and higher, and there aren't any of those. So far we've got one, the very first note. What do we got here? That was it for 2021, so now we're into 2017A. So let's scroll down to 2017A. Our first shot is a B note from 032 to 038. So do we have any B's? There's B's. From 032, there's one. 032 to 038. That's a 032. That's a rare. Right there. One of 640,000. And that's 034. And that's also in the range. So that's another one of 640,000. And then let's see. That one is not. So then the next rare we're talking is D, 005 and lower. So do I have any D's? 005 and lower. Yep, that's 001. That's 1 in 500,000. Next up is E, and that would be 034 or less. So there's a 033. That's a rare. What is that? 1 of 250,000. Wow. Next up, we've got F from 032 all the way to 069. And then there's another bunch here at 1600. So 032 and higher for F. No. There we go. F 037. That qualifies. That's 1 of 640,000. 037 also qualifies. And then we want 16 and higher. And that's 09, 10, 12, 13, 16. There we go. That's 1 of 250,000. And that's 1 of 250,000. So that's 2 more to add to the stack. Wow, I'm doing pretty good. All right, then we go down to G. For G, we're looking at 064 to 069 or anything over 1600. So 064 to 069. There we go, 068. That's in that range. That is 1 of 500,000, so we'll put that over there. And then that is the last one of the G's, so now we're into L. And it looks like 032 to 069. 032 to 069. 032, that's 1 in 640,000. That's 1 of 500,000. Okay, and that takes care of the 2017 A's. 2017, we're looking at a really short block of the A's. So 064, there's only 25,000. So let's see if we have anything that says 064 for the A's. Nope, don't have that one. Then we can go all the way to F. So there's B. Oh. What is F? 0025. So 250,000 or less. No, we don't have any of those. So now we're going all the way to H. F. See how I'm not having to type in all of these numbers just to find out that they don't exist? For H, we're looking at 032 to 037. 032. There's one. That's one of 500,000. Let's see. I's. I don't have any I. We're going to J. J, 032 to 034. 032 to 034. Nope. And K, also 032 to 034. Nope. Then we can do L, 032 to 037. Nope. And I think that's going to do it for those. Yep. Now we're into 2013s. So there we go. Put that there. Make these a little easier to grab. See, we're more than halfway through those already. That's pretty impressive. All right, 2013. Looking for the 2013 Bs. Let's first knock out the 2013 A's. There's nothing there. 2013 B. I think I've got a bunch of these, so we're going to go through these the right way. There we go. These are all 2013 Bs, okay? And I know that the duplicate range on these, the first one is the rarest, the 00250 and under. This is 003, so no, that is not in the duplicate range. If that was 0025 and less, that would be the really rare ones. The rest of these, yes, they're in the duplicate range, but they're out of 3.2 million print runs, which is not a rare print run. But as you can see, let's see, from 032 all the way to 096, these are the ones that are in the duplicate range. So those are the ones you're looking for. So 032, that's 05, 06, 06, 08. All right, so those four were part of the duplicate series. That means all the rest of these weren't. These are just regular notes, but nobody's saving those, so chances are that these will probably be the ones that are worth the most. So I'm going to set those aside just because those are the 2013B duplicates. So then as we go down here, I've got another short set of D's, 032 to 0345. So looking for 032, don't have it. Then we've got E, 032 to 045. Nope. Then we go to F, 064 to 097. F, nope. And we don't have any G's. H's aren't rare. K, 005 and lower. And nope, because that only has one zero, so I don't have any K's. L, 0008. So do I have any L's that start with 3 zeros? Nope. And that takes care of all those. So now we're down to 2009 already. Okay, so the 2009s. 2009 stars. My first one is a D, so what are we looking for? Nope, there aren't any. F, not rare. L, 0064. Nope. Just double checking the year. Oh, that's 2006. Yep. So let's double check 2006. And I want to make sure that's 2009. Yep. 2006, 076. Not rare. And now we're at 2003A. Do I have any of those? Yep. 2003A. This one is B07. And that's not there. C02. That's that white one. And finally, the 2001 A, and it is 038, so that's that one. So no, that's not rare either. All right, so I just went through 141 stars. These are the non-stars, and all of these, wow, that's impressive. are either 640,000 or less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's not true. 9, 10, 11. These were all the 2013 Bs. And these were all the 640,000 or less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of those. So 13 rare stars out of 141. That's a pretty good find. All right, so with my stars, I will put these with my other rares. I will incorporate the better ones into my box of stars. And the ones that are written on, torn up, dirty, shredded, wrinkled, those are going to go back into circulation as well. Yes, even though they're stars. Why? Because if you have 141 of them, they probably aren't worth anything. That's why. People love to pay money for stars or love to tell you that stars are worth a little bit of money. Maybe they are. Maybe to the person who can't go to the bank and buy a strap and pull out one. But really, how many do you need? You know, once you have 1,000 stars, are you buying any? No? Okay. So yeah, that's my feeling on those. The rare ones, well, that's different. I know they're harder to find. And I know if people are going to put together sets of stars, the rare ones are going to be the ones that they'll pay for. All right, so that's my After the Hunt video for this group. Now I got all the work of putting this stuff away and starting again. All right, guys, if you learned anything new, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.